Hey, this is Deborah Atkinson, founder of The Voice for Fitness, and I'm back and I have one last little series for you to do. And I would suggest you do this kind of mobility work after every single exercise bout you do. Take the 10 minutes and do it right then. If you're at the gym, don't think I'm going to go home, I'll do that later, I'm in a really big hurry. Actually get off the treadmill 10 minutes sooner and do the mobility work, because that is the work that ultimately months and years later, you're gonna wish you had. Maybe not directly, but not doing it is very likely the cause of injury or limited range of motion that gets you in trouble. So I'm gonna show you a few things. Do what you can, watch your lower back or get someone else to watch your lower back, because while you should be moving around your hip joint, you shouldn't have a lot of movement in your lower back, caving in and moving up and down. You want to be stable, which means you're using your core at the same time. Always a good thing. And I'll see you on the other side. So lying on one side, just support yourself. And you want to try to be really on your side, not leaning back and not rolling forward. You're going to start and notice that my toe is up. So you want to rotate that up as much as your range of motion will allow, but then move straight from your hip. And I do 10 in this way, and then 10 straight ahead. So you're simply in neutral, hip forward, knee forward, toe forward. Operate under your range of motion in each of these modes. So you might find one is harder than the other. Now toe down, and you're moving around to work the back side just a little bit more. But again, you're going to find different strengths and weaknesses in your hip as you do this. That's okay. It's part of the purpose. Just figure out your range of motion. And lastly, on this side, you want to line up your shoulders, your hip, and your heels on the same line. And if you're on a mat, it's easy to use the back of the mat or push yourself right up against the wall. So you don't want your heels in ahead of you or behind you. You want them directly in alignment. And then moving your knee up as high as you can until you feel you'd have to roll back to go further. And 10 to 15 and even up to 20 of the clam is a good number. Switch to the other side. And then of course, by comparison, you're going to do the exact same set and do the exact same number. So that lower leg bent here just gives you a little bit more stabilization. Whether it's straight or bent, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the exercise. First set is toe up. So again, you're rotating as much as you possibly can on that side, keeping the knee as straight as you can and moving from the toe. Second set, toes straight ahead or neutral, toe forward, knee forward, and hip forward. And then your last set will tip that toe down. So you've worked internally, neutral, and then externally rotated, all positions. And then last, on this side, you'll perform a set of clams. And again, remember your alignment would be as if you were against a wall with your shoulders, your hips, and your heels against the wall. And then lifting up that knee as high as you can. And I'm not looking or as if I'm lifting very high, but I'm going as high as I can before I move backward. So as you do these repeatedly, you will increase range of motion. Okay, so hopefully that worked and went really easily for you. Get in the habit of watching this once or twice and then write it down if you need to, or just get used to remembering and do what you can, but do it in a balanced way, left and right, and pay attention to which hip feels easier, and maybe then favor the one that's a little bit tighter. Spend a little bit more time with that guy so you can bring things back into a closer symmetry for safety. And if that was helpful, just subscribe. So get these easy ways to be more mobile, be more loose as you approach your workout, and then actually take that 10 minutes and really make a good habit of keeping your joints in great shape, no matter how old or young you are.